Hi guys, Father's Day. Brilliant day, bad health. But towards the end of the day, I picked up a lot. Like I said, brilliant day. We'd already moved out a few months back. Come to see us. Superb. Right. Today is going to be clear the garden, see the mistakes I made. Well, I've got to learn. It's growing everything in containers is new to me. Plus the fact I made the mistake of trying to grow in beds. No, not for me. So let's go and have a look, see what mistakes. Before I start, I apologise for the noise, but it's only the neighbours' kids playing in the paddling pool. At least there's no music. Right, mistake number one. Everything on an old part of the lawn. Problem is, when it rains, the lawn takes longer to dry out than the pots. So I can't get to them. And I'm not the best, I've got the best aim in the world with a hose pipe. So as you can see, I've got one going to seed. All these will be beside the potatoes. And the sprouts are all down that side. The problem is, I don't know why, but the sprouts were attacked with the cabbage by butterfly, and everything down with the potatoes was basically left alone. That what you see there is a sprout. I've moved it over. I've been trying to get it among them to water up. The potatoes, they've grown to some size, but the ones at the back, they're the condor. Just the basic few spuds I'd left. I just put them into pots. I have lifted a few pots of potatoes, but the yield has been pathetic. At the time I couldn't video it because the music, not only the locals, the Etihad. I'm a mile away. Good God, you can still hear it. So, other than that, things are not as bad as it's easy to make out. And at the back, yes, Jerusalem artichokes from Terry King. One of the pots is in serious need of watering. One on the end. And in front of them, broad beans suffered badly. So next year, these are all the pots are going on a bed down the path so I can get to them properly. I can weed them, water them. So all's not lost, it's a lesson learned. Now, my condor potatoes. As you can see, that one looks healthy. It's got a couple of stems, but there's only one coming from underground. I got my fingers crossed for that one. But these two, very suspect. We'll see what happens. I'll let them go as long as I can. At least this cauliflower's not doing too bad. But notice all the weeds in the pot. Now, it was new compost this year from pub bark. Nothing's done well in that this year for me. Nothing, absolutely nothing. But everything, the compost I got from holidays, is doing very well. Well, this year I decided to put flowers in this border. But who says you can't put veg in with flowers? tomato plant. As well as I've got 2 turnips growing amongst it, which wife's not even noticed. I wonder how far I dare go. Well, in this tub I put sweet potatoes. Remember I started at the beginning of the year. I had 2 shoots, but one of them snapped up and I didn't notice it died. So the other shoot, I pulled it off, snapped it in half, put it in water. I've got 2 shoots, well 3 shoots with plenty of root, and the original yam, the sweet potato I put in the pot. So I've got 4 plants in there. I'm still going to see what happens. I invested in a fig this year. Later on, maybe it's back in the year, I'll probably put it in the green, well, in the polytunnel, see what happens. And one thing I'm pleased about is my pongo beans from Ronald. They're starting to come into flower now as well, so I thought, well, I didn't need anything as big as a flower pot. You know, the old flower pots from supermarkets. I don't think I needed soil that deep, so I've used some popcorn tubs my mother sent down from the northeast. Just a job. Next to them, turnips. First lot, well, they all went to seed. So I resowed onion, ishikura. I've been eating them young. Well, just started anyway. I like them as they are. Finely chopped in an omelette. Or even on a salad. Great. Dwarf green Ferrari. No. Faraday. Yeah. I've always liked my Ferrari dwarf French beans, but didn't have any. Bought these. And they're looking as though they're doing very well. Who knows, I might keep to them. Now then, 3 pots of parsnips. The 3 different stages. The first one's sown white gem. Then I third attempt at Guernsey. I managed to get a pot of them. And pot down here, white gem again, final pot sown. 3 different types, 3 different times of sown. See what happens. The carrots are in 5 different stages. The first pot, early nods. I'll be trying one of them in a minute. I think they're about ready. Sown after them, tender sweet. Good for later on. And behind them I've got the Chardonnay red cord. All sold at different times. They're all coming to use in their own one way. Sowed even later. Another pot with tender sweet. I've tried the smaller pots just to see if I can fill them without damaging the carrot. Unfortunately a few's been ate. I've still got about 10 or 11 grown in there. I'll leave them to it. And the final 2 pots are for Christmas carrots. I've got Eskimo and Darina, and they should fit in them popcorn tubs no problem. And looks like I've got a good germination. I put 2 seeds of station. I've got them to thin out yet. I think it's about 18 in a tub. I'm happy with that. On its own, I don't like kale, but mixed with cabbage, Now that's, you're talking a meal. But this particular one's Midnight Sun. I've got 2 of them, which is more than enough for me. I'm happy with them. Growing alright. I'm not sure who got me these little tubs, but whether wife or daughter. I've got 3 of them, and I've got herbs growing in them. So they're in use. Well, these are pleasing me. I've got 2 archways, and I'm growing some sweet peas up them. And these were gifted to me by Ronald, and they were Hilda's mix, and they're starting to flower, and I can start to smell them. Brilliant. Well, there was onions growing down here. Well, there is all the way up. But I've had cats sticking down here, or a cat. And I've heard for years a bottle of water scares them. I don't know. What's it to lose? Put a couple of bottles of water down. Mind you, it's not been back since. And then hidden by the rhubarb leaves, a little bit of garlic left. And I'll put them out, do a mush. The roots are growing out of mush. Well, I've got to give them a try. See what happens. And I pulled one up the other day. Oh, still get over. That's garlic. It is solid. I am surprised. So I'll be nearly knocked the bloody camera over. I will be pulling them up shortly. And this rhubarb, Glaskin's Perpetual, was last year's seed, sown from seed. Quite nice stalks on that. I just want a bit of crumble now. Rhubarb crumble, love it. Bloody love it. So we'll go up this side now. I've got onions and leeks up here. The onions are predominantly Ailsa Craig, but notice all the weed that come out of the containers grown potatoes last year. But I've looked at the containers this year with the same compost, brand new, weeds. So I won't be buying these bags anymore. Wood pulp. That's what the compost made from. It's not very good. And then up the side I've got about half a dozen outdoor cucumber plants. They're only just starting to pull away now. And left over, or waiting to be planted, one of the 2. Pink champagne rhubarb. I'll plant that the other side of the greenhouse, there, polytunnel. It'll be alright. At the end of the bed, last 3-4 rows, leek, Musselburgh, an old favourite. Nobody doesn't let you down. Now, like I said, this is mistake number 2, this bed. Alright, I've ways and means of planting, but if the weather's wet, how the hell do I dig them up? Even the other side, this lawn, it's rubbish. If I was able-bodied too, like, there's a lot I could have done with it. But believe me, there's that much, I'm not going to attempt it. I mean, my wife was on the other day. She says, "How much more garden are you going to take up?" I said, "Why?" She says, "I need somewhere to sit." I said, "How big's your ass?" She's a funny bugger. You know, I've said before, and I'll is a funny bugger. Sitting watching YouTube on the main television in the sitting room the other day. And of course, people have ideas to use around the garden. Somebody's using vinegar. Wife says, "What would you use the vinegar for?" I says, "Growing bloody pickled onions." Stupid sod. But takes all sorts to make a world. Well, I hope I've not bored you too much. We all do roundups in the garden. But I'm happy the way things are growing, apart from my major mistakes. But it's a learning ground for me as well. It's one I won't make next year. Will I throw the towel in? Will I hell? They're just mistakes. I'll learn from them. Yes, I'd rather have 2 legs, but it's not the case anymore. I've got to adapt. And I'm still getting something from what I've got. So, until next time guys, take care.